TSM have taken their opponent's choice, sent one that they're more than competent at playing, and now they head into their choice. One where, well, basically, I feel like you just have to fear Wardell on this map. I think he is a true beast. We see a switch up from Drone as well to have more entry frag and prowess. He's got the cheeky Phoenix out, those ever powerful flashes, and I think we should even see some better numbers from him. And this is a very aggressive start, straight away taking presence in mid, control being gathered, but they have lost the early pick on the other side.
I like this push. They're going through A link, but still going to be hitting the A site. Might try and catch off these defenders, but there's so many of them. I don't think they expected 3 people to be stacked there, but still able to get the first kill. Did he even get the second? Did he expect the Silver to be on the back of the site? Well, the shock darts are certainly going to give it away. The plant is still going to be straightforward enough to go onto A, and you have this lurking Phoenix and Jet now. The 100 Thieves are stuck between a rock and a hard place trying to make something happen, but Hiko even taking that 1v1 up against Subrosa. Still awkward for them to try and even go for this, but Steel has found a nice little route.
The thing is, though, this pincer that they've still got the 2 players around in middle, and then they've also got the players within the site. Nitro does manage to pick off one, though. However, Wardell still being here is just wasting time. They need to kill him off. They need to clear his position. And he's still standing, waiting. But they've actually just tried to bypass him. Ready to push in. And eventually he can close him out. Another kill comes in for Nitro on his left. All onto Cutler. And he can't get anything done. The time, though, I don't think it's going to be close enough. I think the spike's going off, so it's been wasted. Steel will go up with the ship. And although Hiko will survive, well, all he's really saved is a
time.
And it was just a positioning that TSM were taking towards B that put off 100 Thieves for even going for that in some cases. It was a nice play, a solid execute that you hope to see more of. And it's something that Asuna and Dicey try to do themselves, just sticking as a pair, pushing somewhere aggressively. And considering that it was Asuna that got first blood in that round, good way for TSM to turn it around. The execute worked out perfectly. Looking to be hitting B again in a similar fashion. Steel is willing to give up the whole site just alone with a turret and playing close because they just don't have the economy. They're just holding sheriffs at most.
Sandwich that I made from a little piggy I killed earlier today.
I'm interested to see what buy TSM have gone for here, because we saw when it came to the last map of Ascent, they went very heavy on their rifles because the closer range battles weren't something they were really attempting. This time, though, SMGs galore. The Spectre coming out, but there is a force on the other side, so they do have to be a little bit wary. I imagine it's Dicey currently saving the extra cash to make sure he can get an operator when needed. The problem is, as you mentioned, this somewhat risky setup, something you kind of have to do when you got pieces missing, but it means there's going to be so much positioning available on the site before they can even think about getting back into it.
They've been so passive on this A retake.
Spike planted.
The expectation isn't going to be much at this point in TSM because they know they have gun advantage, and with the Phantom are going to play some very aggressive angles.
Blocking sight.
100 Thieves just don't seem interested in it. They're still pushing towards places like Heaven, but on A-Link, for example, they're rotating around to B. It's really a case of trying to get some of these guns that TSM have really hard bought into away from them.
I mean, they're not gonna
in the 3rd round.
100 Thieves isn't gonna fucking run into the site pistol round and just die.
A few of the players that didn't invest much into this round at all. Maybe make it look a bit like it was an eco stack.
They're gonna do that.
Though, now they're starting to run into some of the SMGs. The paranoia, even looking to try and hold them back, and the spike is getting close to going off.
And they're gonna do that.
And Nitro's just domed too with the sheriff as well.
And that's
at
a lot
least
more
making
work.
things very costly, but they do lose some of their own weaponry along the way. And because of that, there can't really be much of an investment in this round. It's just going to be what they save. So you've still got the Ares available. You've still got a little bit of extra cash that they can spend into this round. But ultimately, this should still be another one looking good for TSM.
All right, this is the
I was
round.
considering picking up a Phantom, but decided against it. Ares is still going to be in play from Dicey, so very much a mixed buy. TSM are going to be trying to push a bit more aggressively towards C-Long. Dro might be leading the way, doing the whole curveball outside of the smoke. Nitro is going to be holding super close within it. I might not be expecting him to just literally be sat around the smoke, but he does have a Sooner to help. The Ultron hasn't spotted him, so he's got a great opportunity to get a couple of frags, and he does that. He can at least get 2 before Rosa gets him, but Dicey can peek off of it and get the trade. It's a 2 versus 2. The Dragon don't really look that good for 100 Thieves, as it's a ghost in the hands of Pico.
Take flight.
They're just going to wait for Steel and play for the retake at this point.
Enemy mark.
The problem is he's got a hell of a lot of trips to get through, and they're gonna know that he's coming. They know there's one on the flank, and two players shoot for Wardell. The fast peek out. Now it is left all onto Hiko. Again, rough clutch position to be in, especially only with a ghost. Needs an almost double dink just to give himself a chance, but any extra cost would be valid here. However, now stuck in the mud. Both players just waiting patiently, and eventually TSM do convert. Definitely more costly than I think they would have liked it to be.
True.
But ultimately, it's still the 3-0 start, and I think that's all that's really going to matter to TSM.
What am I eating? Mini brownies.
Can still get full armor.
I'm
the
done now.
assault rifle of their choice. It's 3-0 though to TSM, and the first real, full, proper buy that we've seen out of 100 Thieves. They have it from the Shudders to work with Nitro, but it's the Hunter's Fury from Cutler that I'm expecting. Just a nice deep recon bolt, maybe catching Hiko on this corner on C, shooting across. Because 100 Thieves have been holding really close. In fact, actually, Asuna is just going to push at this point. He's able to get a nice flash in onto Drone. And he's just been hit by so much. If he could get a frag hit, that'd still be big, but the pressure
there you go, Rosa.
He can't even get that.
Yeah, again, the openers gone firmly in TSM's favor. Now, Steel has been able to gain a little bit of map control, but the problem being, can't really push much further. Traps are set. Make sure that he can't, and Hayes still watching around all of these angles, making sure that his team is still safe if they are going to go pushing into the C site. But for now, with the man advantage, all really TSM have to do is wait. I'm expecting 100 Thieves to make some sort of risky rotation, and well, for now, they're just being patient.
I like the hold that Steel has, but it's a lot of map control, but not very much intel on exactly what's going to happen. To the point that he goes forced to use a recon bolt, and that's kind of a go sign for TSM because they know that they can't really get that intel easily. Hiko sitting in the smoke, but I'm more curious about, at this point, what Nitro's going to do. He's right in tunnel, looking towards C and backing off to try and keep together. They're going to save, or they're just trying to push from
that plant's actually goated. What the fuck?
Seems more likely that they're just going to try and get a frag onto the person that's on the back of C site. That would be Sub-Rosa.
Think about how easy it is to spray through it through long.
Really enough as he's able to just scoot out of it. He's even going to teleport away just to make sure that he doesn't lose this gun.
He's out!
It's a big dedication, but it shows that TSM really do respect the economy of this game and don't want to give it up. But the issue is, you have nobody on site now. You're just going to rely on Cutler to try and at least stop the DQ. You can't get a frag, but you would imagine
this is goated.
You just can't go for the DQ.
Guys!
Oh
Guys!
Goodness.
Aim! Hayes,
Yes!
yes! You fucking beautiful piece of ass!
In fact, a triple spray down. I'm sure there was a few anxious TSM fans in that moment that was going to slip away. That's normally why you do have that one player sat at the back of site, just to make sure that situations like that can't happen. Definitely a little bit too close.
That's my uncle.
Again, it's still 4-0
That's my daddy.
Of TSM.
Come on now. Bring it home.
On the other side of things, unfortunately, we're going to be back to pistols once more. So I feel like the excitement might die down a little bit here, Ryan.
Yeah, if Cutler didn't have that Hunter's Fury, it would have been a very different round. And I like the fact that 100 Thieves responded so quickly to that and realized there was an opening. Certainly put TSM under a lot of pressure, but their money's still good. They have the ult advantage. The Bladestorm is going to be used on the side of 100 Thieves. It's very patient. The running back is available on the side of Asuna too. So both these duelists have their ults available, but on a buy like this, Nitro's been insane with the Sheriff, but even then, you can only expect so much out of him, at least at this point. It's just tried to do what you can to TSM.
Yeah, the fact is, if things get going a little bit, you might see something out from Jetson. It has been popped. It's around where it's definitely understandable to use it.
Okay.
See if he can get some damage done. Maybe steal around away. Nice start. That's a good spike drop, but maybe not expecting
Get him out, Wardell.
Such a deep position.
Get him out.
From
Plan
Wardell.
B. Secure the round. 4v1. That's 5-0
TSM.
TSM.
Player within the garage, but
Get the fuck out of there, Ward.
He's not going to get.
Come on,
anything.
Roses.
4-man save as well.
Make me proud, boy.
Get out of
And even
my
the
way.
turret can't kill off Sub Rosa after the round is done.
Steal with the lockdown. Might be a great way to play for a retake, but I just feel that TSM are aware of this, and we saw that from Gen G early with Sentinels. They knew that certain ultimates were coming online for Sentinels, and they played around it. They played in different positions. They tried to counter
Wardell, you're acting like a silly
used.
boy.
The Steeler's going to be playing close on A. He's going to try to take as much ground as he possibly can. The issue is, wouldn't you want to keep him alive for the retake? If he gets caught out here,
He's acting real silly like.
Be a big miss for TSM. Slowing down the pace, have a lot of mid control. It is keeping the attention of 100 Thieves. Everybody looking in that general direction. The Eldron is going to be the opening for Sub Rosa to at least get some information on where people might be playing from in Garage. He's forcing out a lot of utility just from standing here.
Yeah, no, an awful lot. The thing is, though, they've also utilized every single one of their flashes, so it's a bit of a stalemate. We see the Paranoia expended, but then Throne using his curve.
The hell?
Actually going to get tagged up here.
All right, who the fuck is the cilantro wannabe? Is that you,
he can heal
Hiko?
himself up.
Cut that fucking shit out right now.
Still, a lot of time has been, well, burnt off the clock. The defense this time far more passive, not giving any duels over to the side of TSM.
30 seconds left.
Don't miss, Dicey.
On the
Don't
openers.
miss.
Dicey holding the angle. This is a shot you wouldn't necessarily expect him to miss. That said, the flashes are already dissipated. They don't have any more of those. So Dicey's given a chance to roam.
I was joking.
Blind this time, and it's 3 kills for him on the site hold. It's a first round for 100 Thieves, and Dicey is the one leading the charge.
Hitting C long like that on the side of TSM.
I'm coaching the wrong fucking side. Come on, man.
Flash out of the smoke, it's a great way to execute. And good read from Dicey just to keep an eye on that angle. Looking to more play towards either B or even could be in Garage to get a bit of information towards Grass or even a frag. But 100 Thieves haven't really opened up the rounds with these kills. They haven't been able to get first blood very early on into a round like this. Seems they want to face just a little bit more, but TSM wanted to maybe work towards the extremities instead of mid this time. And it's really a case of tossing and turning, pulling and pushing. 100 Thieves have overreacted in some cases. But a lot of space has already been taken from the Phoenix on the side of TSM. Drone is working hard here.
All right, let's see it.
He doesn't have his ultimate, so can't try anything too spicy on the openers. In fact, it's actually his opponent of Asuna who could try and make a play here. A lot of the time we do see the run it back utilized for purely information purposes. They do also have a lockdown though. And especially from this corner that Steel's currently sitting in, he can make this take of the A site very, very awkward. And more importantly, make a chance at a retake much higher by forcing them out of the site. And that's exactly what he's going to be doing. He's waiting for his teammates to get in. Now he forces them off the site. And actually, Asuna, they've just gone running straight in. They want this round. They've committed a hell of a lot of ultimates to try and make sure they gain some space. I like this though from Cutler. He's trying to destroy it from a distance. Nitro's going to go sneaking through though, and that's a double spray down. It leaves it all on to 2. And in fact, they've just let the spike get the It is all done. 100 Thieves get a second round in a row. Even killed Drone up after the round was finished.
So many ultimates used, like you mentioned, though. Very knee-jerky as well. When the plan came in, the Killjoy ultimate went down, lockdown went down, a Hunter's Fury blew on through, even the run it back from Asuna. There's 3 big ultimates all used to clear and retake one site. The TSM are going to be happy they kept the operator as well as Wardell survived, so no damage to the economy in that fashion at least. Going to be hitting A pretty hard. Wardell's going to make sure that Steel doesn't lurk too much into him. He's got the right idea though, as look at the space that Steel has tried to push, but Asuna is trying to spray through the cyber cage and trying to at least hold on to some ground. Don't want to play retake here. Want to punish TSM if they go in this direction. And look how low the Cypher is. Look how low Hazed is when it comes to his health. Even though it gets a bit of information on what's on the A site.
Definitely not the start they were looking for, but there's no more ultimates to bail 100 Thieves out of these situations. It's gonna come down to the battles. See within the round. Cutler, oh, he's been spotted out. Both players trying to aggress onto his position, but he's just denying the control. And in fact, the spike, in the meantime, is going back towards the C side. Last time, they did have some struggles when it came to Dicey on that operator, but this time they've got a sneaky little wraparound. So Broza looking to come back in from behind. He's found the first. He's got to be careful though. But actually, he goes left blind as well, and they just ruin every member of this C site. The remaining two players, Ryan, they've got no choice. Surely they've just got to try and hold on to some weaponry here, or at least make things very costly for TSM.
The issue is with Steel's playstyle as well. He's very much anchored to the site in a lot of cases. Just in case there's a bait and switch over to him, he can respond to that. But it does mean that he's so far away when his retakes come in. Realistically, 100 Thieves are, of course, not really going to go for this. Roses. They just want to get some exit frags.
Bring it home, baby.
Most. But I'd like to see 100 Thieves be a bit more reactive. It was well played from Subroza to make all of that space for himself. Bit unlucky for Hiko to be flashed in that moment in time. But Steel, look at this, he's going for the defuse. It's going to be a spray, but...
That's like, dude, that's why that plant is so good.
An interesting take considering
that's
he was
why that plant is so good.
Slowly and then went for the
insta-melted.
The way that bar went up, I don't know if that was just on my screen. I was thinking,
that was actually so
power diffuse as well. He's got magic hands that can just diffuse it extra quick. But unfortunately, that's not the case.
The speed diffuse was a fake.
The effort. I like the attempt.
Forcing
CD with how the defense is going so far. I could understand the reasoning of wanting to try and steal around away. It almost worked out for them previously as well with Hiko attempting the defuse in front of his opponents on C, but Subroza was ready and waiting to complete his triple, and I like this. 100 Thieves have had enough of being passive, had enough of giving them those early picks. This time, Dicey takes the kill, but more importantly, Ryan, he leaves Nitro behind.
The Aldron might give up his position. It is going to do so. Even the Aldron double takes. Wasn't expecting Nitro to be there. Most importantly, they took Drone out of the server when he had to run it back and wanted to use it aggressively on C. So 100 Thieves being a lot more proactive, but look at the space that Subroza's taking. Hiko just wasn't expecting him to be there. The alarm bot didn't catch him because it was smoked. Baby. He's reading these plays so well. Steel is just being hard countered by the way that this Omen is playing. Is going to catch at least Wardell pushing onto the site. But the position that Subroza's in might catch somebody off. He is going to be looking towards Nitro, pushes onto the site. Isn't looking, but still whiffs the shot as 100 Thieves was able to come onto Wardell. It's a 1 versus 3 now. Subroza has to clutch it. He's holding so close to this wall. Don't do a sooner here and die. And the spray is so awkward.
Okay.
The defuse is going to come in for 100 Thieves. Much better from them.
Come on
more proactive and could make this a lot closer.
Bring it back.
Yeah, they managed to win a couple of the duels. I think the Steel won his duel over on the A side. We obviously saw the initial pick going their way as well. I liked that they were being more proactive. The only worry for me is in the fact that they won the round, Subroza still managed to gain way too much space. And as you said, it seems like he definitely has a bit of a read of where some of the utilities being used and countering it with his dark cover, or even in many cases, he can just get past it using his shadow step. So the fact is here, there's been a few moments where 100 Thieves have been completely caught with their pants down. I'm sure this will be something that when it comes back later, they'll definitely be having a little bit of a look through. The double up is going to be back in place. Steel purchasing up one of them, but as you mentioned, something that they wanted to test, wanted to throw in, was that ultimate. But the fact is, it's almost been used as a distraction. They even expected Sub Rosa to be here, but he's still causing them issues, Ryan.
Hiko trying to work out if there's anybody else that's lurked. And he has the right idea. It is some space that Hazed has taken, but Steel has a keen eye on it. You don't want to give up too much map control. The turret's going to spot him at least if he does poke his head along A long. But I'm surprised that he got by Steel in this fashion. Just must be timing at this point. And Hiko, in his own spawn, trying to decide where he wants to hold because they have no idea where these 4 surviving members of TSM are. Steel with the operator does see a couple of heads, misses the shot and has to disengage using the nano swarm. He's just going to try and face Hazed, but
he can't
misses
connect.
the shot again.
Let's go, baby!
30 seconds left.
It's making some space here, Tom.
Come on!
Here.
Found a double entry into the site as
well.
Oh,
horse shit fucking gun.
For the side of 100 Thieves has quickly fallen to just one.
That was a glitch. That should have been a one-shot kill.
Operator, his Blade Storm popped.
Save it.
The fact is, it looks like he's still going to be giving this a go. He would need somebody to pretty much hand away a kill, and you can see that this is a regimented TSM.
Why is he choosing not to save?
Got to give some props to their coach, I guess. We spoke to him earlier, and
never mind.
It seems like he has been getting them ready for this game because that was clinical. A good after plant hold and 7-3 now in favor of TSM. A slight break, a back and forth, but realistically, with this many rounds already on the attacking side, I think they're going to be feeling pretty confident.
Got a kill.
Similar to Ascent too, just the amount of rounds that they were able to get in this first half. And that momentum carried over to the second.
That was nuts. There's 2
rounds left. Thieves on the defense have not looked pretty at all. There's been moments where they've tried to dictate the play and it's worked out.
One person on the team has no money because they have to mine up.
With a Hunter's Fury, going to be hitting the A execute. Steel without the operator this time. Wants to try and hold close at least, but TSM are aware of this and going to dedicate utility very early just to flush him out. But I like this angle that he's on. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get the peek onto Drone, who is just around that corner, but he's trying to find some sly little angle. He loves to do this on Bind 2, where he can catch people as they're pushing in.
Interestingly, Drone actually has the spike here.
Drone's leading the charge, baby.
I'm not sure this is quite the play to make. Does he know that he has it?
Seems
a little bit risky, but the rest of the team, it doesn't seem to matter. Hayes has found a pick. Cutler is alongside him as well. And well, my initial thoughts about the spike seem like they're not going to play a part whatsoever. As the push will now come in, an after plant position likely to ensue, even with the spam coming in from heaven. There's nothing that the remaining members of 100 Thieves can do, at least for now. But
all right, we gotta hold it down.
To catch out the lurker. Now this gives them a lot more space to actually go for the retake. They know there's no longer a man waiting behind them, and they can start expending little pieces of utility. Asuna looking to potentially try and set up the remaining members of his team. The peak comes up, Wardell wins the battle. The stationary offer is going to take that fight all day long, and they again are looking to hold on in this afterplant situation. Drone, another one, bites the dust as it's left onto the remaining 2. Nitro, all he can do is try and save the extra op. It's a fantastic hold once more from TSM. And while 100 Thieves, this one's slipping away from them.
The only kill that they were able to get was the lurker.
How many times did they fucking throw flashes that round?
Sub Rosa again. And there's a lot of cases where TSM get that first frag, 100 Thieves trade it out, and you go, oh, this could be close, but it is just some other player that's causing nightmares in their backline.
Somebody said I kind of look like Phoenix. What's you trying to say,
He's not having a great game at all. No assists either on that Killjoy roll. Tries to play off of utility or even plays TSM a trap.
Better watch your food hole, partner.
But he's just been hard read at this point. I thought that the Killjoy play would catch out TSM with so many other
I'm a Southern intellectual man, and I don't stand for none of that around here, boy.
I thought that would be a curveball.
Better watch yourself now.
Able to try and catch them, but to be honest, it's worked in TSM's favor.
Get him out of here.
Hiko can at least get a frag. Gets a couple actually. It's up to 6 on this half at least, but Steelers wrapped around. There's a lot of information that it's not going to be A. These last 3 Well, Nitro's expecting the same sort of play with the alarm bot, so knows that Nitro's good. Sabroz is going to be pushing in.
This one will be for free. It's pretty cool to get it from that angle, though. The information that has been gathered, the utilization of his own dart to get past all the sneaky traps that have been placed.
Brother, if you don't.
Now, in the last map, we saw Wardell in a similar situation. He managed to get 4 kills with the operator. Trying to be sneaky once again. The flash goes his way, but Hiko is there waiting. No clutch this time, and the half will end with a victory for 100 Thieves.
I gotta take a
Switching
piss.
sides.
8-4.
Tell him to play slow, chat.
That's a pretty decent half for TSM.
You can see just how TSM were able to take the lead with some of the replays from the first half. Now it's their time to defend. And it really comes into some of the plays that TSM were trying to run. This play especially was a super nice execute that we haven't seen much of. And it really caught 100 Thieves out in this position. I like the idea that they tried to double stack on the boxes, but you can even see it done broken frame by frame at this point. But you gotta love some of the stuff that TSM's trying with the strategies. They're not hiding things in particular. Sabroz has just come into his own on that position. Mostly been playing the Brimstone and even in some cases Phoenix, but shows that Omen can be an aggressive role that he can get a lot of stuff done on. Now he's going to be defending over on the C site with a little bit of Cypher utility. But look how many bodies from TSM are stacked on A, expecting 100 Thieves to hit this site.
Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of pressure going in this direction recently, and more of a play to retake C, which I think B and C are definitely the easier of the two. Getting back into this site can be very difficult, so it's understandable why they've gone for something of the sort. They're actually selling a fairly hefty fake as well. Nitro throwing out all of his smokes, and although an initial shot does slightly land, it's dicey to get the opener. Now Hayes just trying to utilize his utility. A plant in the open. They've made it all too easy for the plant to be denied, and Hayes just hitting some pretty tasty shots. No spike plant, and Hiko, he's just got stuck on the wall. That couldn't have gone any worse for 100 Thieves. That is a crucial error that has really cost them.
Yeah, what was that planting position?
30 seconds
dicey?
left.
Wasn't expecting maybe the rotation to come in so soon, but very good read from TSM to not even let the spike get planted at that point. Hayes for some nutty shots. And I don't know, I feel like if we see this, say, for example, going 13-4 for TSM, I predicted 100 Thieves for this. I feel very clown-like from that prediction alone, certainly when you look at the scores right now, but I guess a lot of people, including myself, were sleeping on TSM. And 100 Thieves just haven't shown what they're capable of. It's weird. They just haven't been able to play Valorant, it feels.
Well, yeah, I'm loving the look of this new comp as well. I think Sabroza on the Omen is something I didn't expect to enjoy as much as I have.
Right?
Like, I thought, like, seeing him again, like, from a Counter-Strike background, being someone who was very good at like individual aim and entry frag, and I was like, oh, Phoenix, that makes sense. But he has proven to me that him playing in the lurk position with this agent has been truly impressive. He is going to get caught out here, though, and maybe this is a lifeline for 100 Thieves that could bring them back from the depths. They managed to find a couple of openers.
Found you.
Asuna, likely he may get caught out, but actually it's going to be dicey to fall, and Wardell a little bit far away from the action. In fact, his teammates alongside him. They have managed to bypass, again, the turret just using smokes. I think that's the biggest problem with all of the utility that we see, though, from Killjoy is a simple smoke, and it's completely useless. Oh, dear.
Found him there. I mean, that's going to change for the new patch, but we're still on 1.10 at the moment. Could shake up who plays Sentinels, if any Sentinels get played at all. The role, not the team, by the way, but Wardell not looking to try and contest this. Trying to catch somebody, maybe pushing through Garage after this spike gets deployed. And it all came from an opening shot from Steel. I was saying that they haven't been able to play Valorant, and then he just domed somebody with the Sheriff, so it's what you want to expect to see more. There were a lot of cases where 100 Thieves could have gone out of this tournament without qualifying. A bit more damage done for 100 Thieves there. but there was so much individual play from all of the players, to be honest. Steel had some amazing clutches. Nitro especially had a brilliant 3K on this map against Moon Raccoons. Eco, a completely changed player since the high ground roster. The shock darts have been impressive. His ultimates are always finding high value, but it's just not come to fruition. It reminds me of what teams say about G2, that G2 makes some of the European teams look worse because of how fluid they play. FPX have had that complaint. They've said that that's what happens to them in some cases. That's what I feel is happening here. TSM has just got such a read on 100 Thieves that it's making 100 Thieves look pretty devastating.
Cover going out.
Well, they've given themselves that lifeline, though. That's the biggest thing. They managed to win a round with what was a force buy.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
They steal some of the weaponry away, and now they come up with a pretty damn good purchase. Yeah, they've sent him in lurking. That's probably going to be a gun going in the other direction, but how many players does it drag? That's the real question. Because although they're actually going to start pushing in the other direction, they believe this is going to be a hit in towards the seaside, especially now that Wardell's got a lot of information. I imagine the plant spot this time is going to be a little bit safer, not wanting to give away that same positioning they did in the pistol. At the same time, though, this is still a 4 versus 4. Sure, the purchase on the TSM side is underwhelming, but they could make this costly, and there is still a gun in Wardell's hands, and I'm not going to count that out just yet.
Oh!
Don't want these players to save, and already a bit of damage done. It's forcing Moment to move out. Nitro is still trying to hold on, trying to face as much as possible at least, but it's gonna almost get caught out by drone. At this point now, it's a case for TSM to try and save the guns that they have, even if they don't intend to use them in the upcoming round.
All right.
They were able to get 1 kill.
Let them have a few. We'll bring it back. I say we pull out the Mississippi.
As expected with their buy. Now ultimates are starting to come up.
I forgot the play
Storm ready to go for Dicey, but we haven't really seen too much impact, and he might just elect to save it for a save round instead of buying a gun. He's quite happy with the Bulldog that he's got at the moment, at least, but
I'd say we pull out the Mississippi Sisters and run it up. Come on, there it is.
They have money, but they just want to make sure that they get effective use out of the Stingers and the Bulldogs and whatever they have left. Never mind, Sabrosa sold his.
Yeah. I think that's the right decision. Like, this is a round where I'm interested to see how he would use a Stinger. I guess the main deploy would be played towards Garage.
What in the hell are we doing?
It's actually going to be a very aggressive stance being made by
They're fucking rolling over us like we're fucking
through the sewers and be met by multiple 100 Thieves players. Already a double opener, and maybe we're just about to see a very attack-sided
ants in a shoe, man. Stepping on us now.
There is the lockdown.
Cut it out.
Realistically, Sabrosa, he's waiting to see if anybody will peek in and see if he can do some damage, maybe take a peek, and he will actually get a kill at Escape as well, just around the corner. Gives them much more of a chance in this retake.
Good pick.
Paranoia is going to come through.
Spike planted.
Hello?
No Cypher alive even to use a camera, even if there was one, to try and catch somebody through the smoke, but he's feeling himself. A shot like that onto Steel was pretty impressive, and even that headshot from distance.
Come on, Roses. Come on, Roses.
Is playing so good right now on this road.
Come on!
But they need to watch the lurk. Nitro has actually made a lot of space, and whilst it hasn't got all of the frags in the world for TSM, there's only 2 alive, and even the peek's going to come through. Wardell pick up Pico as he makes a long.
Wait, we go for defuse.
The 2v2,
we can defuse it, we can defuse it, we can defuse it, we can defuse it.
People have moved away. I mean, why not? Go for it. The smoke is going to come in. I don't think there's enough time for Wardell, but it's scared 100 Thieves for their team. He's still going to go.
We got it!
He's got it!
Yes!
Get that.
Actually got it at the end. That's absolutely ridiculous
me?
from Wardell. Around
Fucking,
never should
let's
have
go,
been.
baby! I was thinking it in my head. I was like,
go
go for the fucking defuse, dude.
They've just lost a round from basically just leaving the site, and I can bet my money, everything I've got, that Wardell has probably one of the fanciest screens you're ever gonna see.
We're gonna do a Logitech listen on Wardell. We're gonna do Logitech listen. Hold this glizzy, bitch! I do this! I do this! Come on, I do this! Hold it!
Be feeling pretty bad that even happened.
All right, we're back
at
at the main screen.
It's going to be used through mid from drone, but Look how much space 100 Thieves is going to give him, even putting some utility to try and stop him as much as possible. It's a good Molotov, and it scares away Steel just a little bit, but the timer ran out. A couple more seconds, that could have gone very differently. 10-6 for TSM. Still have a Blade Storm on both sides. But 100 Thieves are still going to be... Yes, 100 Thieves are still going to be reeling after that last round, though.
Well, the problem, though, for TSM is more so their own economy. Because although they do win the round, they basically lose everyone. So what that means is, well, the reason you're seeing Wardell currently with the Blade Storm is that's basically all he's got. He's only got pistol remaining. Now, luckily, he is pretty clinical. I see it being a position where either he gets a little kills or he instantly dies, so it's not going to be too much of a problem. On the other side, though, 100 Thieves have opted to take the B site, something we haven't seen too much of. The reason being, this site is rough to hold on to, and with kills coming in like that from Sub Rosa, it might be about to get a little bit worse. He's actually going to TP past. He's playing so well as the Omen so far in this game. Probably been my favorite thing about this match so far. And now it's left.
Full loss,
gone.
Oh my
god. It's no more ammo left for Sub Rosa though. However, the spike again is already being defused. And Dicey needs to get a move on if he's going to deny this. There's nothing he can do. And it will be an 11 on the board. Sub Rosa is playing lights out in this game. And I'm really glad that they've made the changes to their comp.
I just learned something from Rosa on the Omen. Holy shit.
Not top fragging in the server. That's actually surprisingly Nitro, 15 and 12.
The Rosa dash, dude.
Pistol kills early on, didn't he? And also, I think his lurk has actually been relatively effective so far on this attacking side.
And that was something that I wanted to see. When you're planting B, you have to take either garage control or get a move on and try and go for A-Link. You've got to take one of those outside areas of the B map.
Hit tab. Let me see the Omen diff. Let me see the Omen diff, dude.
On your face, and it certainly didn't work for 100 Thieves there. They have a Hunter's Fury though. They fought for that R1C, and look how low Eco is. It's a play that needs to be forced, and the sooner caught out by some nice aggression on the side of TSM. Steel is on A long. He has the spike, but there's very little to work off with the buy that they have available.
Holy moly! Wait, they didn't destroy that?
Oh, we got there in the end, but information has been garnered, and TSM.
Watch champ.
Not far off taking this in a 2-0. Of course, this would at least eliminate 100 Thieves from what is the open bracket, but they've already made it through to the close.
I'm excited to see 100 Thieves play in the full tournament.
Drone is going to be Dicey to open things up. The nano swarms over the top have done their job, that's for sure, but it still ends up in a 3v3 situation. Hayes, though, is already going to turn the tide and bring things back into the
12,
favor. And now with the spike drop,
30 seconds left.
3v2 action, baby.
Trying to get past what is a pretty filthy crossfire. He has Hiko spamming in the shot darts to try and force one of the players to back off.
I have the spike.
Now they are going to be able to retrieve that spike at least.
Oh, baby.
Hello. Here comes the paranoia. In fact, they're just going to run straight through. They don't allow for any sort of... They know where Hiko is. They know he needs to push. And Wardell will shut him down.
Surgery.
12-6 in favor of TSM. Just one round to close this out. 2-0.
Without a surgery.
That was one of the fastest retakes that I saw. As soon as they heard that plant coming in, they just dashed in the paranoia.
He's doing an open heart surgery on him, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying open heart surgery.
On the line. Still qualified, so they're not going to be too upset
Real
if they
precise.
lose this. Not the most
no
ideal
silly
score
work, chat. No
TSM.
silly work.
So dominant.
No silly work.
Don't forget
Open
this
heart
team. They're still a
surgery on
contender
him.
in
Are you
NA.
kidding me?
For sure, and Wardell going to be playing short. He hasn't done this so far on the side, and yeah, again, this 1v1 with Dicey with the operators is mostly gone to Wardell.
He didn't even have to do it like that. He went for the headshot.
So far, but
he didn't even have to do
Wardell
it.
was expecting it though, yet again. And there's a stack.
He didn't have to do the headshot through the wall.
These 3 surviving members of 100 Thieves.
He didn't have to, but he did.
They are going to be running into Cutler.
Oh.
This is looking like the beginning of the end, unfortunately, for 100 Thieves.
He didn't have to.
Against one of the powerhouses of North America, and while they've had some close rounds, that's for sure. Fortunately, it was the defense that kind of let them down a little bit. Their offense has had its moments, but a few mistakes. Diffusers in front of them have definitely gone
give him
amiss.
the ace. Give him the ace. Come on.
In the grave.
Take it. He wants it so badly. He wants it. Give me it. Give me it. I want it. Give me it. Drone, you fucking stole it, dude.
Close things out. A 13-6 victory in favor of TSM, showing why they are one of the teams to beat at this moment. At the same time, though,
all right, chat, before I go into my celebration mode, I just want everyone to spam GG to 100 Thieves. GG's to TSM, all around to every player. Throw some love, throw some hearts in chat. That was a very entertaining series to watch on both ends. Thank you to our opponents, 100 Thieves, for versing us. But thank you to the boys for playing it out and getting the dub. GG's, 100 Thieves, TSM, celebrations. Song, dude, where's it at? Let me see here. Oh, you already know we got a dub, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 2-0? Are you kidding me? Come on. If you ain't getting right, the shorty getting left. Pull up flooded with Chanel right on my left. Come on. Heart of gold, I got carrots on my chest. Come on. I can't fold, I got aces in my deck. Yeah, ay, yeah, I got me a lot. Come on. And your girl play me every time that I drop. Whipping with a wrist, I'm just shaking a pot. Run off with my drip, you ain't taking a drop. You know I don't like to waste my time. I need you to be by my side. Don't need you to go kill my vibe. On my way, I get in mine.
Sorry, yeah, I work hard, yeah, I'm bossy. Lots of powder in the range, can't stop me. Here's to the ladies of the ones who lost it. Stress on me, cause my angels, yeah, they got me.
Yeah, I came up now, hold on, change up. Need my chain bust down, it's a glacier. Had to cut some friends off like a taper. NASCAR, Jeff Gordon, I'm a racer. Speed racer,
dang.
Close caser,
dang.
Won't save her,
dang.
Replacer,
dang.
You can't turn me down, baby, this ain't no fader. She can run around, but she know I won't chase her. You know I don't like to waste my time. I need you to be by my side. Don't need you to go kill my vibe. On my way, I get in mine.
Sorry,
Yeah, I got me a lot.
100 gifted for the TSM Victory Royale, dude. 100!